Hi everyone. I'm not sure if anyone will actually get on here because I'm sure most people at work, but I'm at home as a last minute thing today because our childminder was sick, so I've got to stay home and look after the baby. So I'm working on these. So this is a commission that I'm working on at the moment. So I thought, as I'm sat at home and she's just gone for a nap, I thought I would jump on here and try and get a bit of work done on them. And they're coming along alright actually so far. We've got quite a bit done already. I only started these on Sunday, so they're coming along okay. Still kind of just going for the base coating bits, but I'm quite enjoying them. I'm trying to get through them relatively quickly anyway. As I say, I'm not expecting many people to actually get on here because I'm sure everyone's kind of at work or busy. It's not the best time, but just don't make the most of the time really. And yeah, these are good fun. I'm enjoying it. It's a nice little project. I'd like to get them done relatively quickly so they can get back to their owner. And because I've got another commission on the way, I believe, soon. So don't want these hanging about for too long. I was right in the middle of painted up all my deathcore stuff, and then I ran out of some stuff, ran out of the varnish I needed, so I had to knock down the head for a bit. So I thought I would. But it's quite good actually, so it means I'm sort of putting all my effort into this commission and getting this out of the way. Because I like to try and get these done. These tend to sort of take priority. The annoying thing was that I'm filming that Deathcore Creed stuff that I was working on, so that will be a video on the channel. But I've had to kind of, I was hoping it would be out by now, but I've had to kind of sort of delay that slightly because, as I say, I've been waiting on a couple of paints to turn up, some varnish and things. So yeah, that will be around soon anyway. And they're coming along quite nicely. But yeah, I'm just currently just working through these base coats and stuff, and so that's not great. Just using some contrast paints at the moment just to kind of block these pelts in, and then I'm going to build the colour up from there. This is a nice starting point. Yeah, they're coming along quite nicely. I'm trying to do all of them as one big sort of batch paint, just to keep things efficient and get through them. So far it's working anyway. I think the trick with batch painting, well for me anyway, batch painting is just to kind of keep at it and not lose momentum. If I stop, then I can get bored and then it becomes frustrating. Whereas if I keep going at it, then I'm more likely to sort of continue. Whereas if I took, like I say, a bit of a break for a few days, then I lose interest. So yeah, but yes, this is coming along okay so far. I'm just working through all these all like the wolf pelts and stuff on here. Again, I don't know how well these are showing up on the picture, but I'm quite happy with the armour. It's all airbrush work, but there's some nice variation in the colours on there. It's nice shading and things, and yeah, it's come along okay. They're doing all right. And they are very nice as well. Very nice models. I'm enjoying them. I'm just hoping I need to get some stuff sorted out so I can send some pictures over to their owner so that they can sort of confirm they're happy with them. But I think essentially just want a box art really, so I'm just sort of copying. Yeah, I think they're coming okay. Coming along all right. Now we need to do. So let's stick all the leather bits in. Yeah, so not the most exciting stages at the moment. It's all just the what do I want to say? The base coats and stuff. That's what I think. Yeah. But we're doing alright. I'd like to have this, as I say, it's commissioned, so I want to get them done reasonably quickly and get them back. I try my best not to have them hanging around for too long. I like to get them done quickly. Try to be efficient. As I said, I was meant to be at work today, doing my real job, and then our childminder basically said quite early this morning that she was sick, and so she wasn't able to have the baby. So one of us had to stay home, and well, today and tomorrow. So the wife's doing tomorrow. We'll take the day off tomorrow. Stay at home. So me today, a very, very last minute day off. But it's quite nice. I get to spend hanging out with my daughter today, and she's upstairs having a sleep. So made sense to come and do some work. There you go, mate. How long do you tend to be mate? How long do I take on each one? That really depends. I'm trying to get, as I said, because when I'm doing a commission, it really depends. I mean, I always try and put my all into it, but you've got to kind of, it's a balancing act between what you get, about essentially what you're getting paid and how many hours you're going to put in. For the most part, I always tend to kind of sort of underestimate things and end up spending way more time than I should do. But I'm getting better at it. Getting better at making things efficient. Using the airbrush a lot to get lots of stuff done, and then working more in large batches like this. Which is definitely the way to go. If you're gonna essentially get people to pay you to do this, then yeah, trying to get everything done quickly and efficiently. And yeah, definitely doing it in these larger batches is the way to go. But yeah, I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at managing that time, so not what's the best way of putting it, like underselling myself, I suppose, so I might end up spending far too long on something for the amount getting paid. It's a bit of a balancing act. But yeah, I do always try and sort of put my all into them. And hopefully, I think I need to practice with the airbrush for some extra speed. Yeah, I tell you, I mean, if you can, yeah, an airbrush is invaluable. It's one of the best tools. If you're going to be doing sort of batch painting stuff, it's, well, anything really, it definitely speeds things up. It's one of those things that you need to, I wouldn't recommend it to a beginner. I think you want to kind of concentrate on using a normal brush and concentrating that brush control and all that sort of stuff first, and getting all that down, and then moving on to an airbrush. But an airbrush is just, yeah, you can't really fault that. It's a great tool. I mean, so what have we got here? There's 25 of these, I think. And I managed to get them primed, all the armour base coated, and 2 levels of highlights in that. Again, I don't think you can see it very well, like the colour transitions, but they're much brighter on the top than the armour. And that was all done in an afternoon on the weekend, which I just don't think I could have done without the airbrush. I mean, I use rattle cans and stuff, but it's not the same. You don't get the same effect. It's not quite as good. So just trying to, as I said, I'm waiting on, because these guys are going to get a oil pin wash when all the base coats are done, but I ran out of gloss varnish, so I'm trying to get everything that I can do realistically before that done now, and I think I've got that order, should be arriving tomorrow, so I can get that done, and I can also get the deathcore that I'm working on at the same time done as well, because they need an oil wash too, so I need to do a gloss varnish first. It's just really, really annoying. I sat there the other day and was about to kind of set it all up so I could give them a gloss varnish, and then realised the pot had completely dried up, so it's solid. So very irritating. Slowed off and down. But there you go, what can you do? Just work on something else until it turns up. It's good. I'm kind of in a real, so it's like a bit of a good flow, I suppose, I'd say I'd call it. When I'm working through 2 big batch paints at the same time, because all the space walls in this commission, plus 50 Deathcore Krieg, I'm sort of working through all of them at the same time, and I'm kind of haven't got burnt out yet. Definitely one of those. I go through kind of phases where I don't know. Not lose interest, but I don't have as much motivation. But right now, I'm kind of really in a good space for it. So, been very productive. Feeling it where I can, But I was a bit annoyed about that not getting this deathcore done, because that video was meant to be out this week. They're not finished yet, so let's postpone. Hopefully next week I'll get that done. That'll be out. As I said, I'm enjoying these. I'm enjoying working through them. I've never been that big a fan of Space Wars, I have to say, but these new ones are very nice. Just the aesthetic's not really my thing, but I know lots of other people do really like them. So yeah, at the moment just working through the leather, and then there's most of these guys got no helmets on, but I need to do a few of them do. So I need to do the lenses, and need to sort of block in some of these little chap symbols and things on the pads that I haven't done yet. Just going to get as much done as I can before I go into doing that oil wash, which is only going to be it's just going to be a pin wash. I'm not really kind of like slathering them in. I'm not really. I want to try and keep these nice and clean. But I just think using the oils will be a lot faster. So I'm taking them as well. Let's get this from the fabric. Yeah, it's just not. They're not really my. They've never really been my favourite. These are really nice models. I can't fault them, but it's just not. I don't think I would ever know a desire to paint anything as my own. Which is again, is quite a nice thing. That's why it's a good thing doing these commissions. Sometimes you get to sort of paint stuff that you wouldn't necessarily ever by yourself. So you get that experience, and you can move on to the next thing. For the most part, that's quite a nice thing to do. Although, was that last year? I think it was last year. I ended up doing a small Thousand Suns army and did not enjoy that at all. Magnus was fun. I liked painting him. That was good, but the rest of it, doing all the Rubik Marines and all that, God. So I'd avoid doing them again. Not much fun. Got through it, but yeah, it was felt like a bit of a slog. They're just so fiddly, and doing all that, doing the trim, and then you've got yellow in there, which is not a nice colour to paint generally. And I don't know, the whole thing was just it's like whoever designed them just designed them to be as awkward as possible to paint. They're not like bad models or anything. I just didn't enjoy painting them. That said, I mean, if I ever got somebody else asked me to do it, I wouldn't sort of refuse it. But I can think of a lot of things I'd rather paint. And yeah, as I said, I want to try my best to get, I don't know, maybe get these done really quickly, because I've got another one on the way that someone's sending me, so, and that's a big one. It's going to need quite a bit, going to need quite a bit of time to devote to it, so I'll try and concentrate on these in a minute. It's right in there. And yeah, so if, I mean, you know, apologies that been a bit quiet the last few weeks on the channel. Just one of those things. Been super busy, and as I said, I wanted that death call video up by now, but it all got a bit sort of delayed. The problem is, I just, you know, it's feeling really time. You know, in an ideal world, I'd get a video up every week, but it's just, you know, it's not always feasible. I do enjoy doing it. It's just, it's just finding time. And yeah, we had the channel was 2 years old. About, what was that, like 3 days ago? Over the weekend? 2 years. I can't quite believe that. The time is absolutely shot by. I can't quite believe sort of how well it's done, and the progress it's had in that time. It's been really nice. Genuinely enjoying it. As I said, I just kind of wish I had a bit more time to devote to it. Very envious of people that you know, get to do that full time. I don't know where you can see that. My screen isn't that great, I have to say. But yeah, hopefully it's coming out alright. So all I'm doing really at the moment is blocking these the leather belts and stuff in, and then I'm going to drop back to a smaller brush to kind of go in and do all these little ropey bits and stuff that go around their legs, arms and stuff. Get all that blocked in. Because I've been using this brush to death for the last 6 months, and although it looks right in here, it's kind of really lost its point. It's a shame. It's done me well, but it's got to yeah, it's gone beyond being able to do real detail now. And this will give me some really good practice painting faces as well. Because I think of I think there's 25 altogether. I think only 3 of them have got helmets on, so there's a lot of faces to paint. A really nice sculpt, so yeah, I don't know how well you can see it, but all these the bear head sculpts are really good. So yeah, I'll definitely get some good practice there. I like painting faces though. Especially marines, because they're just a bit easier. Just get the size. Not always exciting step in the world, but it's nice to get a bit more colour on, and starting to see a bit more of this detail coming out. Not just being all the blue. Tell you what, this yellow, this took a long time because they arrived all built. So all this, the pads have been, that's all just painted with a brush rather than rather than an airbrush, which is fine for the red, but the yellow, that's, I think each one's about 5 or 6 coats to kind of get it done, so that did take a while. I think if I was doing them, if they were mine, I would have left those pads off and done them separately. Probably the heads actually as well, I would have done them separately as well. But yeah, that yellow, that really did take time to get through. I think that probably ended up being the longest step, but it's not. The rest of it isn't too bad. So all these have to have a second coat as well, so work through them. Yeah, considering I only started them on Sunday, sort of Sunday afternoon, I think I'm doing all right. I've just been sort of working on them when I got back after work, after the kids have gone to bed and stuff. The thing is, you can't rush stuff, and all you can really do is know that magic to make them painted. It's always going to take time. The trick is really just to have it planned and make sure you've got everything you need and stick to a plan. And try and be so you're being as efficient as you can. But yeah, as far as that's concerned, definitely better than they used to be. But just being able to do these big sort of batch paints and stuff. I used to really struggle with it, but I think I got reasonably confident with it now. Sorry, I'm not talking that much at the minute, just concentrating. But yeah, I mean, I do sometimes struggle with that. So what we're going to do after this? After this, we need to finish off these pelts and stuff, because the skin and stuff needs doing. I need to do, where's the big guy? I need to do his cape, that needs to be done. I think that's going to be red. And then we get to the point where I need to do that. They need to be varnished, and I need to do that bit and come back to them. Varnish and oil wash everything, and then come back, and there's a few other little bits that you do before that, but then after that will be all the highlights, the metals, and the faces. Not too bad. Right, I'll leave that for a moment. And so as I said, we've got three, I think it's three with helmets. Oh no, four, sorry, four. This is a little nerve-wracking because the airbrush highlights and stuff. If I get paint on the armour, I can't really do a huge amount about it. So I want to make sure I get this right. Too bright. There are too many of them, so I'll try pink. Sorry, yeah, I'm not talking much just while I'm doing those. It doesn't matter too much if I get a little bit on the edge, because they are going to have an edge highlight on there, but I just, if I get it all, if I actually get it on the main bit of the armour, it's a problem, because I'd have to get the airbrush back out and redo all those highlights. I just have to cover it back up again. I really don't want to do that. So yeah, just trying not to mess this up. One more. Cool. Right, happy with that. And they're going to get they'll get all highlighted out, those lenses and stuff, once after all the oils are done and all of that. There's no point in doing it now because it'll just dull them down too much. But that's the basing. Actually, a few of these guys have got little. At least one guy here anyway has got a lens there. No, I think that's it. Oh no, no. But not essential. I mean, in terms of the time that I'm doing this, because I could do this after the washes and stuff, but as I'm here, I might as well put those in. I'm not sure what to do with these little gems. Looks like a different red, like a sort of more of a pinky colour. But I'm not sure yet. I'll have a look, see what I've got that might fit that. Like a purpley pink colour. That might work quite well. There we go. So next thing, before we go back to that brown, is some of them have these like sort of embossed symbols on the shoulder pads, so they need to be put to. And all the other black has been done with contrast paint, so don't want to do with standard paint for this, just because so I'm not going to lose control over the paint and flow into the yellow. I'll just make it a little bit easier. It'll take a little bit longer, but it's less likely as I don't have to go back to that yellow. Last thing I have to do is paint yellow over black. That's not fun. Yeah, it's nice to start seeing some of these details coming out now. Everything doesn't look quite as flat, and I'm starting to see what they're actually going to look like. And get that sort of phase where you're working on something that's all looks just a bit of a mess. I think I get that all the time actually, that sort of phase where you're working on painting through something, and you always get that bit where it all looks a bit, you're not happy with it, and it's sort of it's like a bit of a mess, and then it all starts to come together as you add in all the other bits in. I get that with pretty much everything I do. Very rarely happy with something straight away anyway. And again, yeah, this is all got second coat as well, so that's all done here. Oh, I've been on here 45 minutes. I'll do a bit more. But yeah, I mean, as I said, it's not the most exciting live stream, but I do like to try and jump on here when I can. said, it's sort of reasonably, it's quite rare to have the quiet and the empty house. So I don't think everyone wants to just listen to all my kids running around screaming. Although I did realise that, well, like literally today, that you can do this and turn the microphone off. But then I don't know how interesting is that when you're talking. So maybe that's not the only one you use either. I don't know. So we've got all different element games coming in, which should arrive tomorrow, and then I'll be able to get them all varnished and do that oil wash on them. That'll make a massive difference, I think. That should be relatively quick as well, which is always a good thing. I think the thing is trying to get these done reasonably fast, but that means that if you can speed your way through some of it, like painting the armour and things that I've already done, that means you sort of free yourself up more time to concentrate on some of the other things. Like doing the blades on here, we're trying to do something interesting with that, and there's a couple of plasma pistols in there as well, so they can try and get some glow effects and things on those. And then the face as well, I'd like to kind of, as I said, I want to spend quite a bit of time on them. Being able to pick a few areas and then really concentrate on those. I think that's all the difference. And yeah, as I said, I've got this other commission underway, which is coming from someone I've already done quite a bit of work for. and I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm really, really looking forward to getting that and working on it, because it's something I've never done, and yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be a fun project. It's a big one. Yeah, hopefully that'll be with me relatively soon. Maybe start on it. Yep. I do quite like these embossed pads, they're quite nice actually. I'm not sure whether all of them don't have them. Maybe they don't get enough of that in the kit. I don't know. Maybe we get enough in the kit to do a few, or maybe they just want a bit of variation. I don't know. I did have to make a couple of bits of work I need to sort out. Is that two of the guys that got sent are missing the pads that go over on the shins. So there's two of them. I think he must have missed off the screw when he was building them. So he sent them to me now. They're going to have to be airbrushed up separately to kind of to match with the rest. So I have got them. They're primed, just haven't actually had the rest of the colour. So I have to airbrush those separately, and then hope that the colour should be fine. I've got the colours down in terms of matching the colours, but so again the highlights right. I'm hoping, well, it should be okay. I might be able to glue them in and then add the highlights to the airbrush after once they're glued in. Yeah, I didn't notice it at first until sort of way after I primed everything and I was getting ready to actually start putting the colours on. And I noticed that it looks a bit odd, and then realised what he'd done. Thankfully, he must have still had the sprues at home. And it's the same guy. So there's obviously duplicate sprues. It's the same one. So it must be something in the instructions that is maybe not that clear on that particular one. Because of all of them, it's only those two, and they're both the same model, which I thought was a bit weird. But yeah, it must be something in the instructions that doesn't show it very well, maybe, or something, I don't know. Okay, fine. Well, look, I'm going to jump off because a couple of other bits I need to sort out before my daughter wakes up. So I'm going to go and I'll leave you guys to it. And yeah, thanks very much for joining. I know not the most exciting thing in the world, just me, blocking some base colours and stuff, but so I try to get on here when I can. So yeah, thanks very much for keeping me company, and I'll see you soon, and enjoy your afternoon. Thanks, bye.